Kia ora. Welcome to Rants 26, Catch 22. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories and we'll join them together and I'll show you the Catch 22 at the end. A couple of weeks ago I flew back from Europe to North America, and during the flight I had the good fortune of being able to talk to the pilots for 30 or 40 minutes. And we discussed a number of things, and one of the things they told me was that during this 6-hour flight across the North Atlantic, everybody on this plane was going to be receiving roughly 3/4 of the radiation that we would get from a normal chest x-ray. Now the reason for that is that radiation is greater at high altitude, and aeroplanes have effectively zero protection from it. Now that doesn't bode well for pilots or air hostesses because they have to live with that, but anyway, it's bad enough for the rest of us. Now the thing to bear in mind here is that as we move forward into the grand solar minimum, radiation levels are actually increasing. So will there come a time when radiation levels are so high that we stop flying? All right, that's the first piece of information. Second piece of information, a hypothetical couple, we'll say, who are very good at running accommodation, hotels, have decided that they've had enough working for other people and they want to go out and do their own thing. They want to go and set up a small little resort in a Pacific island, do it themselves. And as luck would have it, they haven't listened to me because I'm not allowed to give financial advice, of course. They've hedged the future with some precious metals and or cryptos, whatever. And when the manipulation comes off those two and they're allowed to trade freely and we get accurate prices, they can use the funds and build their resort. Great. But here's the problem. Who's going to come and visit them at their resort? Because in the future, those people are going to be faced with two obstacles. First of all, are they going to want to fly when radiation levels are so high? And B, what are they going to spend? Their fare is worthless. Catch 22. Anyway, I spend a lot of my time on these videos talking about all this negative stuff, and I do that because between now and when we get to the good stuff is a massive challenge. And if we don't get through it, round it, over it, under it, together, most probably together, some of us might do it individually, who knows, but it doesn't matter. If we don't get through it, we'll most likely be dead. That's why I talk about it, because I want as many people as possible to get through it. But when we do get to the other side, we're going to end up in a completely different world. A world with much more open information, free of the machinations of governments and corporations and media and churches that have been suppressing information and suppressing the way we see the world for so long. We're going to end up with a lot more freedom, and it's going to be a lot more euphoric place to live in. That's where I want us to get to. Anyway, that's my little rant for the day. Have a happy day.